10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, grow!
My first across the years was in 2010. It was the last Nardini Manor, and the first time I'd gone, in a 100-mile or 24-hour race, and I did the 72, and it was just a great experience. Just met a lot of cool people, and saw that I could push my body a little further than I had in the past. So yeah, and I've been back every year since. This is my 7th ATY. 3 of them were 3 days, and this is the 4th time doing a 6-day. All right, and on to Shauna.
My first across the years was 2012, and it's one of my greatest running accomplishments ever. I won the 48-hour. I was first female and 3rd overall, and it was awesome. And this is my 3rd time back and first time doing the 6-day.
Well, my first across the years was in 2004. I did the 24-hour. And I thought it was really awesome. I liked all the camaraderie, all the people I met. It was at Nardini Manor, of course. And I liked how, you run, start in the morning, you run during the day, everyone's all happy. And then the sun goes down, and you watch the sunset. And then I did it on New Year's Eve, so at midnight there were fireworks, and everybody was happy. And then the toughest part was just making it through, after midnight, the cold, dreary part of the early morning hours, and then pretty soon you watch the sunrise, and then a couple hours later you're done, and I got 109 miles in. And then I did it the next year. I did the 48-hour run, and I came in 2nd place with 167 miles, and that to date is the farthest I've ever run. I'm hoping to break that. I better break it here in the 6-day run.
My first year was, I believe, 2009, when it was at the Manor, and there was a torrential downpour. That was before Ed was even the jester, and there was a huge rivalry between Ed and George Biondi from the French Canadian. So that was my first memory, and I loved the Manor. I was so disappointed when we lost that site. Then we came here, and I did a bunch of hundreds in between. I have javelina under my belt, like I think everyone does, and like Tahoe. And then I have more timed events. So I did Silverton and those kind of events. I have a 200 here and a 300 here. I have a 200 here a couple times. And I just do a lot of multi-day stuff. This is my 121st marathon or ultra since January 30th of this year. I'm going for 133. Because, I don't know, I've got nothing else to do. And now I have to tap my kitty cat, which this is a whole other Oprah, which this was a mystery. And remember Boy Wonder, James Bonet?
Yeah.
He used to put stuff on it. One time he put grease on it, one time he put tape on it, because nobody could understand what my obsession was with it, until finally Nate asked me, I think in 2012, why do I keep tapping it? I said, well, because it used to be on the timing table, and that when I would come under the timing table, if I focused on tapping the top of the kitty cat, I wouldn't look at the clock and think about how much pain I was in.
Oh, well, the first one was way back. I don't know. What did somebody say? I think maybe 2002? Somewhere in there, I don't know. But at that time, I was going after the 48-hour record. So I hit a couple of them, faltered, didn't do it, and also I come out to across the years, and I was able to set the 48-hour record. So which I've never been able to come close to since.
What's that? What's that?
It was 257 miles, or 247 miles, 247. But so since then I've been coming out doing the 3-day all the time until they started up with the 6 days and started doing that. That's a great, back when it was at Rogers Place at Nardini Manor, it was a great thing, and it's still a great thing. Great race. So I mean, I love them. And multi-days is where it's at.
Yeah, well, I was at Washington High School, that first year in 1983. But that year, I was with some buddies, so I did 50 miles, a little more. And then we went to a party, so I kind of left. So I finished 15th. But this time, I'm just going to stay out here.
Yeah. So, kind of, what's been your journey with this race? You've been doing it really long.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, well, for one thing now, my birthday's January 3rd, so I'll be turning 57. And the nature of this race is it always starts on the same date, so I have a 6-day that ends on my birthday every year. So that's kind of one reason. Two, it's the end of the year, try to celebrate. So I like what the Jamil Curry and his family has been able to do, and since I live in Arizona, I kind of like coming up to Phoenix and seeing what they're up to, and they just keep amazing everybody with their racing and all the good races and competitions that they put on now. So it's just kind of a reunion type deal.
How many miles are you at?
I think career somewhere a little under 1,500, but yeah, I don't do the, I'll do the 6-day. If I get 200, I'll be happy.
We had a squeegees and brooms, and we're trying to get the water out the course. And Roger always did a good job maintaining that course.
He did a great job.
But I mean, it was just overwhelming. My 13th year? Well, there's one year they didn't do it. But yeah, this is one of the ones I keep coming back to.
How many miles now?
1760 now. I got 6 loops today. Trying to get that 2,000 mile jacket.
Oh man, so many, I remember the first one I hung out was back when I was in Nardini. And I love that venue, short and whatever, but it was just cool. I remember watching it back when it was lottery or whatever, and you had to get in, and we're in Texas over New Year's, and I didn't get in that year, something like that, and they had this crazy storm, and there was video of Nick and Jamil, trying to get the water off the course and the ice and the things and hold the tent down. So probably it's one of the ones that memorable that I wasn't even there. And, having one year Giannis came and his gang from Athens and around Greece, and it was kind of cool. I had him at the house and hosted him, and it was like he kind of got a thing that year. It was real competitive, and he was sick, and Joe had a great year, and then he got really sick after, so he had to hang around and got to know him pretty well, and the passion, and he took a little hit for the kind of his approach, kind of very businessy to the race, but it is his family, and it's important to him, and he's got crew here, and it is kind of a competition for him, but I got to see how he cared for those guys and whatever, and passion. He was like dad, it's just, they're just all Stratos, those guys are just great guys. So that was a real memorable year. But every year's awesome.